This question says, determine the empirical formula of each of the following. And the first one we have is glucose. So an empirical formula is the simplest ratio of moles. And if there's a common denominator between all of these numbers in a compound, and you were to just find the mass of carbon, the mass of hydrogen, and the mass of oxygen, the best you could determine is the empirical formula. You couldn't actually determine the molecular formula from just those masses. So to convert these empirical formulas into, molecular formulas into empirical formulas, you have to find the common denominator. So in this case, we have C6H12O6. The common denominator here is 6, because 6 goes into this, this, and this. So we divide each of them by 6, and what we find is the empirical formula is C1, we don't write the 1, H2O1, again we don't write the 1. So we divide them all by 6 and we get CH2O. N2O4, same thing. Here the common denominator is 2. So we divide this by 2, we divide this by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so N. 4 divided by 2 is 2, NO2. C2H6. So in this case, the common denominator is 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. We don't write the 1, so just C. 6 divided by 2 is 3, CH3. H2O. Well, there's only one O in here, so there's nothing to divide it by. So sometimes molecular formulas are empirical formulas. There is no lowest common denominator between 2 and 1. In fact, anytime you have 1 of something, you can't divide into 1. So it's going to be an empirical formula. And sometimes molecular formulas are empirical formulas.